right, guys. Hi,
Oh,
welcome
what's
to
up?
the Infinite Podcast. I'm your co-host, Elisa.
And I'm Miguel.
And this week we're talking Halloween movies or
Scary
scary
movies.
movies. I'm talking scary movies. You're talking any movies you've seen that are
Yeah.
Halloween related. Do you got ringworm? Sorry.
Ringworm.
I'm
I
like,
do? No,
so-
I fell. So, no, trust me, I'm not infectious.
I was like, what the fuck
I didn't.
is
This
that?
is not ringworm. This is just a really early scab.
Oh, is that?
I tried skating
Yes,
for the first time
it's
yesterday.
Story from yesterday.
Well, not skating, because, like, I know how to cruise and shit, you know. Have a little penny board. Don't make fun of me. And I know how I like
Pro
my
skaters
first-
are gonna come in the comments like, that's a bitch made model. I don't know
Shut
anything
up,
about
bro.
it, but
You guys are
I'm
supposed
a
to be
guess what
supportive.
people are saying.
I landed an
I said
ollie
I'm
yesterday.
supportive.
He's like, I did an ollie.
Yeah,
You took an
I'm a
ollie?
skater,
Okay.
though.
Okay.
That's
I'm scared.
not, that scar's not too bad.
No,
All things
appreciate you because the
considered.
thing is that yesterday, because the thing is that we were gonna smoke. It's like a smoking sesh, and it turned into like a skating sesh type of deal. So like we were smoking, and then we finished joints, and I don't know. This sativa was hitting me. I was kind of hyped up. I was like, "Fuck it, let's just do something."
This
'Cause
is
I was-
so
Let's
crazy.
just do something. So I climbed a tree and pretend to be like 13 again. And when I was coming down, I forgot how. Because it's like one of those situations when you get up and you're like, "Fuck, I gotta get down now."
Yeah,
And,
that's
like
just not
that shit,
for
like
me.
and the ground looks kind of far away. You're like, "Fuck,
You're like,
I'm
fuck,
really,
my ankle's
I'm
kind
really-
of too
yeah,
weak for this
the way,
shit.
the way my knees are set up, I don't think if I can take this impact." So I tried sliding down the tree, but I forgot that the tree is not like a smooth surface.
Yeah.
So like I scratched myself like all the way around here,
Ooh.
here, and that was only the beginning of the day. So you know when you first scratch, the skin is like all red, and it looked like it was about to bleed, but it didn't. And so I was just high as fuck talking to other people, and they're like, "Oh, is that alright? You're good?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine, I'm cool." Like it was burning. You know how at first scratch just feels
Yeah.
like it's
He was
boiling
holding-
You're
water.
like, I'm alright. I'm alright.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm chilling. I'm straight.
Looking at like the tear. Like,
Yeah, just thugging it out.
Arthur fisting it.
It's like tense. And then we just decided to go to the skate park. Actually, no, we went to the park and we were just skating, kind of doing some tricks. I was trying to get this ollie down. I got like one solid one. And then this cop just rolls up. He's like, "Hey, do a trick." And then one of my
cop
friends,
rolls up?
Yeah.
That's a
cool
bad
cop.
omen. I stopped skating immediately. Cop shows up.
I thought, I knew.
Turns on the lights as soon as you pop the trick.
Yo, fuck.
You going to jail.
You're under arrest.
I'm pretty sure there's a trap man.
I think he was gonna kick us out for loitering or something because we were just on the parking lot. So I thought it was like, damn, the cops showed up. We gotta, ops are here. We gotta do. But the dude was like, he was just shaking a protein shake.
Do flip.
Do a flip.
Yeah, for real. He was like, do a trick, do a flip.
It's
And
your baby.
yo, facts.
Was it New York or was it in Jersey?
No, it was down here, bro. It was in Somerset.
Oh,
Mm.
maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe these cops.
And so my
Or-
boy does a trick after a few tries. And he's like, "Well, did you guys know about the skate park?" He's like, "No, what skate park?" He's like, "Actually, it's over here. And it's in so-and-so. I don't remember where the place is, but it happened to be really close. So we're like, "Oh, you know what? Let's just hop over there. Let's just go over there." So everybody hops in one car. We go over there. We book it over there. And it was like an
Have the
actual
cop
skate.
drive you.
Imagine, that would be cool. It's just scoot everybody out the track. It's like, "Guys, it's an emergency. We gotta skate." So we show up and nobody, like, it's so cool. It's like properly made. There's some cool skateboarders doing tricks. and
It's
shit.
properly made.
Yeah, no, it's like
This is so cool.
you
It's
gotta
properly
you guys
made.
don't understand the
Like,
culture.
there's an actual
You got-
skate park.
Yeah.
Exactly. There's
Actual
some parks
skateboard.
are like made by skaters and they kind of
Right.
bullshit made,
Uh-huh.
but this was made by the city. You know.
Skateboard.
This was made by an
good.
architect.
Yes, it was smooth. And let me
It's
tell
not
you,
the Edison one, right?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know if we were where we were, but I was too high.
alright.
I was just there for the lows. And so-
Imagine he's like, it was right there. It's like
Right there,
Somerset,
it's like-
Edison, like mad far.
bro, I just hopped in the place, blinked, and we were there. I was on the board. I was looking down this ramp, and my heart was bumping. Because they don't tell you, the ramp is like this big. It's like,
But it looks steep.
bro, it's like, it reaches like 90 degrees.
Yeah,
And
it's
the way my
steep.
boy was explaining it to me, he's like, "Whoa, so you gotta fully send it, alright?" You gotta,
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
the only way
classic
to
like,
do
yo,
it.
you just gotta go for it, bro.
I agree,
Go for it.
I agree.
So bad at that
You gotta
stuff.
do it. Like, you gotta, when you put your foot, and I was like, all right. He's like, whoa, not like that, not like that. All right. I was like, fuck. So before I went on it, I was like, yo, well, since if I fall back, it's way better than falling back on the other one, because this one is more steep, so the wall is right there, right? So it can just catch me. So it's better. He said, nah, it's worse, actually. It's completely bad, bro. I mean, like, you're not selling me on this. But I'm
You're
gonna
not
try it.
telling me that this is a good idea.
But I'm gonna try it anyways.
Just Tony Hawk it. Just Tony Hawk it.
Bro, I tried to putting my foot on the bolts, smacking it. I'll go for it. Fucking, the next thing I know, the board's just that way, and I'm just on the floor, and I feel this just sharp pain right above my left butt cheek. Cause I did one of those like banana slips, top of that. And I just landed on my shit like but I didn't even land it on my butt. I landed right above my butt, like almost close to my almost close to my tailbone, but like to the left, and I was just there like I'm just breathe it. Yeah, it was one of those that you just had to stay there and just breathe it out.
Got humble you real quick. Like,
You're not meant for this, dog. You're not meant.
Let's go back to the gym.
You know, and I knew I should have stopped when I went up there, and all the skaters that were talking just shut the fuck up and all looked at me like,
this ain't doing
Are
it.
you okay?
Because I didn't even look like a skater. I had some shorts, some gym shorts, and a tank top, like.
Mad unserious.
No.
This guy ain't
How come you got a perfect circle for a scar though? What did you land on?
Dude, it was like a burn. I guess it was just like when you fall and you're skating, the way you fall, you just.
Yeah.
Just.
Damn.
Yeah, I feel sore as fuck, and it's a fucking workout, bro. Skating.
Speaking of which, sorry, I thought you had ringworm, but unrelated, sort of related. Apparently, bed bugs have infested all of Paris.
Yeah, I heard that. And then
Paris?
people
Yeah,
Yeah.
and anyone, because Paris Fashion Week also, or like, it's about to happen, or like it's
no, it already happened.
it already happened.
And
Yeah,
then
it's one of the
people
two.
like, they're bringing it back to California.
Yeah, they're bringing it
they're
back all over the
celebrating
world.
They're bringing it back to California and to New York. So
Bed bug.
Stay away
New
from
York got bed
anyone who
bugs for
came back
sure.
from Paris.
Stay away
Damn.
from.
Paris,
Stay away.
your friends can't catch a break. All the riots and now bed bugs.
Yeah.
You know how it goes, man. No.
Anyways, that was a good segue, sort of intro into our actual topic, which is horror movies, scary movies.
Yeah, bed bugs are horror.
It's horror.
Yeah,
scary.
it should be. Someone should make a scary
Bro,
movie
that's the
about
thing
that.
that I just started hearing when I moved to the U.S. because that's not a thing in
That's
tropical
not a-
islands.
What?
Yeah, maybe that's like you don't survive in that weather. I don't
We probably
know.
don't, cause like we don't have beds. We don't have sheets.
Sleep on the
We don't-
floor. We
yeah,
just
we-
got good old roaches.
Dude.
My uncle used to sleep in a concrete bed.
Oof.
It's concrete.
My boy, I bet his
Oh,
back
that's
was.
crazy.
No, he actually got into like he fell off a coconut tree thing. And like that, so he had to sleep on the concrete.
Yo, my boy had island problems. Real island
Yeah.
problems.
What are you gonna say?
Felt like a coconut tree.
What was I gonna say?
Now I had to sleep on the floor.
Bed bugs can stay dormant in their eggs for like
I
6
heard.
months. So you
Yeah.
could think that you got rid of
Disgusting.
them, they'll be gone for months and months and
Yeah,
months,
you
and then
think
6
that-
months later, boom, they hatch.
We bite
And
think
you're
you
done.
killed him and shit. You think you killed him and shit.
Yeah,
You
and
know-
they're so microscopic you can't even see them.
True. You gotta like get bit to know that it's, and like you gotta know what type of bite it is, cause they bite you like more than once, on close up. Like it's gotta be like 3 bites
Oh, really?
close to each other. Yeah,
Like a triangle.
kinda. I knew because my cousin caught it back when I was in elementary school over
Yeah,
here.
bed bugs.
Yeah, and I was like, damn, fool, I can't fuck with you now.
So say it.
Fool, like you gotta be quarantined. That was quarantine before quarantine, you know?
Yeah.
Cause like
But that-
back in elementary school, you had your own thing, and they would give you like a plastic thing. Cause like when they knew some kid had bed bugs, it's a whole like Monsters Inc.
Yeah.
type of situation. The whole class gotta be like, oh, if this motherfucker got it, and then they just separate that kid, and then we put everybody's shit in like in a plastic thing in the lockers, cause we can't, cause you don't wanna infect.
Because they get
yo,
on
bro.
clothes, they get on in your bag,
And
they
then your
can get on
whole,
anything.
and then you bring it to the house, and then boom, your whole neighborhood, you fuck
You
with that
gotta
one
throw out
dirty
your
ass kid.
mattress, you gotta buy a new mattress. That's just expensive.
It's hard.
Well,
Yeah.
Just like
Have a
the
good
movies that
time.
we gotta talk about.
It's not
Horror
these movies that we gotta talk
Yeah.
about. Okay,
Boom.
I know you haven't watched many scary movies or horror movies.
Bro, I'm not about that, bruh.
Why are you not about that?
I'm not about that. I'd rather, it's like, I don't know. There's something about girls and they love that psychological,
I said this
like,
all the time.
you said it, you got the frontal lobe for it. Cause like,
There's something about
something
girls
about,
love that.
yeah, bro.
I
What
think
is it?
horror is an inherently, like, I think it's a feminine genre in
What
that
is it that excites you about being scared?
it's not so much about being scared, it's about there are themes that horror can explore through, like, metaphors, right? So you can explore themes that you probably couldn't explore in other genres, like comedies or dramas and stuff like that, through horror. If you just make it like, if you like commit to the bit, you know what I mean? Like,
In what situation?
for example, Hereditary, that movie came out like in 2019, 2018, 2017, one of those
Never
years.
heard about it.
It's like a really, really good scary movie. And basically, it talks a lot about like losing a family member, like dealing with death and family, like.
Spoilers alert. Just like we're gonna be spoilers alert for me.
Well,
no,
well,
we're spoiling alert.
No,
Yeah.
there's a spoiler. This is a spoiler alert, but it's like it happens in the first like 30 seconds of the film. The movie starts and this woman's mom is dead,
Okay.
and they like it starts off at her funeral.
Hi.
And the whole movie deals with this like woman dealing with like losing her mother, who she had a strained relationship with, and like the things that follow with that. Or there's another movie called The Babadook, which I'm not like a huge fan of The
I didn't
Babadook.
like the Babadook that
I
much.
didn't like The Babadook either. Like everyone
What's that
always
one about?
like
It's like
it's
Boogeyman. Like another version of Boogeyman.
Oh.
it basically like it's this woman, her husband is dead and she has a kid. And her kid's like really fucking annoying, but that's like besides the point. And she like there's like this creature that comes out at night that's called the Babadook. And the Babadook is again supposed to be like an allegory, or it's supposed to be like a metaphor for her own like depression and losing her husband and like having to raise her kid by herself. Like it's a monster of her own imagination. And that's the kind of stuff that I like. Like, didn't like The Babadook, but I like plenty of other movies that do that they like use like this monster to explore something that is part of human nature.
Is that what women
I
are
can
like?
see that. I never. The thing is, I guess you see.
I don't think no, they don't. It's more in like crime, like real crime. I think that women
What
like.
crime?
Like
True
real
crime?
crimes, like
True
they-
crime,
like
real crime.
Real
Women like
crime.
real
Bro,
crime.
legit
Well, true
crime.
crimes.
Like-
Women are also big on true crime. I think
Yeah.
because it's like okay.
It's that danger aspect about it that
The whole idea.
the whole idea of
like,
what
oh, I might get
possibility.
kidnapped. Yeah.
You
Well,
know,
no,
like.
here's the thing. It's
but the
like
thing-
men are
Exactly.
never really afraid of getting kidnapped.
Yeah.
Like
That's
you're
what
not, men are
that's
not
what exactly
legit
that I was
afraid of
gonna-
that. You know.
That's exactly that I was gonna
excites
get
you?
at.
Does it excite you? Like,
That's exactly that I was getting.
Some girls find that thrilling. Like,
But what I was
No,
gonna say,
not
what I
like
was trying
that.
to say is
Hold
that
on.
me as a guy, I would rather fight a dude. Like I would rather get in
Yeah,
a
'cause you
fist
just
fight
fight a dude, yeah.
than
Fight a
than
dude.
than I no, because I would rather be in a confrontation of a fight than to actually be in a situation in which I know I'm gonna be like not physically. I would rather be more traumatized physically than emotionally or mentally.
okay.
So you'd rather be dealing with a guy you could fight than like demons in your house, is what you're saying.
Yeah, bro. Like
Okay,
fuck
so-
that.
so,
Nah,
okay,
see.
yeah.
But I feel like a girl would be more in line with the whole.
I'd rather have a spirit in my
Yeah. Nah, fuck. Nah, fool. If I can touch you, if I can,
Well,
I like
you know,
danger that I
the thing
can
is-
tangible danger. Give me tangible danger and I can fight. Okay, because this are like along the range of like possibilities of control. You feel me?
Right.
But like once it's out of like supernatural and out of.
well,
I don't
here's
fuck
the
with
thing.
that.
Like women,
That's when I whip out my
women
cross.
can rationalize that the supernatural is not real, right? And that if you're perceiving something supernatural, it's most likely something that's going on up here. Whereas we can't really physically fight that guy that's trying to kidnap us, so that shit's scary. But yeah, women are really into true crime. I think women are really into true crime because, like, not that we kind of have to be, but we have to be more aware of those things, right? Like, those things happening to us are much more common
Okay.
than
Yeah.
it would be for men. So women are just more aware of it, and it's just something that's always in the back of our minds. Like,
I never thought about it like that.
I have to like
That's true.
when I'm walking, I have to see who the fuck is around me. I have to like keep an eye out, or like if someone's been following me for a little too long, or like if someone's looking at me. Like it's really crazy. I actually listened to this this other podcast that's called This Is Actually Happening.
Okay.
And in it, there was an episode where this lady was saying that she had a job that required her to get there at like 4 a.m. And she loved it because she was one of those people who would go to sleep at like 7 and would wake up at like 3 a.m, just like on her own. Like that was just like her sleep schedule. So this was perfect for her. But the thing was, she would walk to work because it was like a walkable distance.
She's walking like at 3:30.
She'd walk at 4 a.m. Well, I think she had to be there at like 4:35, whatever. But she had to walk there by herself in the morning. And obviously those are really late hours.
Yeah.
And she says she was like walking at night one day and a guy literally came up in front of her and was like, "Show me your boobs. Show me your boobs and I won't hurt you." And then he pulled out a knife.
Ooh.
And he was like, "Take off your top, let me touch them, I won't hurt you." And she was like, it was so horrifying that I just like didn't even think it was real. She was like, she said she fully had, like she had an alarm thing on her phone where she had to hold down a button, and if she let go of the button for more than 30 seconds, like it would start calling her, and if she didn't pick up, it would call the police. And basically like she let the button go, but like she also had like mace, but she like was like frozen. She like couldn't even think of like doing it. And she was like, "In the time that I pull it out, he's gonna stab me, so I can't do it anyways." So she just let go of her finger, and then as soon as she felt like a moment to, she just bolted and started running.
Ooh,
Wow.
And as soon as she started running, he like didn't even follow her, but like they never found the guy.
Yeah.
So like,
Still out there.
yeah, he's like still out there, and it's just like really frustrating for her because she's just like, I'm not like, I don't feel safe.
Yeah.
Like I can't, like this thing that I used to enjoy doing, which was like walking to work in the morning, like I liked how quiet it was, like I'm never gonna be able to do that again. So it's something that they definitely have to be more aware of, and I think that's why we're like,
So
we listen to
you
it.
watch those movies just because it's more relatable?
Well, those aren't even like the horror movies I'm talking about, but I was talking about like how women listen to true crime.
Yeah.
Listening to true crime is like real interesting. Like I went through a phase. I like
That's
listening
another
to true
reason
crime.
I don't never understood that shit either. Like I don't want to know about the mind of a serial killer, bro. Like that, just your sadistic bullshit, bro. Like I don't want to be a part of that shit. Seek Jesus.
I like the mystery.
Go to
behind
church.
it.
I like the mystery behind it. I also grew up watching
You're like, what the?
Law and Order SVU.
You're just like, what the?
Used to love that.
Law and Order is just drama too.
I'm just
I
saying.
used
Just
to
all
love
the people's
that.
drama. Like
Like-
fuck that, bro.
like, I was watching-
You made mistakes. Fuck
There's
that.
this one on. We're going off topic, but I do want to talk about this one. It's called what is it? I am a killer or something like that. I don't know what it was, but it was about this lady. It was about this dude that walks into the bank with a bomb, like a jigsaw style bomb on him, and it's like the bomb's gonna like snap his neck.
Ooh.
He's like, yeah. It happened in Detroit, I think.
Okay.
Or something like that.
That's
it,
wild.
It came out like 2 years ago, but like it was this old guy. He walks into this bank and he doesn't even have a gun. I think he just a bag and he's like, he has this thing, this whatever. He's like, give me the money, this and that, and it's like on a timer or whatever, like a jigsaw style shit. He walks to the bank, the shit snaps, kills him. So it's like a whole mystery of what happened, which led into like it was this other guy and this other woman involved, and it was like a whole mystery going on. In this
That stuff, cracking unsolved cases is really, really entertaining to me.
Yeah.
Like thinking about them at least.
So like that mystery of like what the fuck were people thinking, like that I could find that interesting, like but getting back
Nah,
to
when I
topic.
see a motherfucker die in front of my eyes, just pop, I'm like, that's enough life for today. I'm going home and I'm shutting myself out. I'm not, no, that's
He's
what,
like,
no,
I'm not interested.
No,
I don't want to know.
no, fuck that. This gotta be something wrong with y'all when the motherfucker dies and he's like, interesting. I wonder how this came about. Like, no.
You don't think about it like in
No.
you don't think about it like
No, that's why I'm not a detective. Fuck that.
I'm just
no.
saying, like, if it
He's
happens-
like, I'm minding my own business.
Exactly.
Mind
But I'm going the fuck home.
your business like
And I'm
you.
putting a comedy and I'm laughing and I'm enjoying happiness like a normal healthy human being.
That's
You
funny.
guys-
You really
Listen.
struggled to get that word out.
Normal.
Normal. Normal. I'm
It came
normal.
from the chest, bro. It came from the heart.
Sorry to get himself.
He was like, I can't
Fuck
breathe.
this. Fuck horror, bro.
Um,
I hate when a girl's like, let's go watch a horror movie.
I cannot watch a horror movie in the theaters. I can't do it.
I
dude,
do
there
it.
was a time
Oh,
period.
And it's never scary to me
Oh,
because my
okay.
defense mechanism is to laugh at everything.
Which is like
That's
people
fine.
so
That's the
loud.
point.
Bro. But
I
like-
there was a time period where I used to go watch every single scary movie that came out, even if it was dog shit. I would go watch it.
Bro, I can't.
I used
went
to
what
love
was the
doing
last
that
one I
shit.
watched? Smile.
That one I haven't watched.
The one where
I
they
wanted
had
to,
the
Loki.
whole,
The ad
advertisement,
campaign,
campaign
where they would show up in the background of basketball
the
games,
basketball
smiling.
game, baseball games. When apparently it was supposed to be super scary. Spoiler alert! I'm literally like.
I heard the
I'm
ending
like-
was really bad.
Like 5-10 minutes into the movie, and I remember I went with my ex, and I'm like, there's a part where like the girl that's going crazy
Mhm.
is in like a psych ward or something like that. Or, like she's like just got in there, like there's blood all over her because the person killed himself. That she was like giving therapy. It was a therapist. So the
Weird.
girl she was giving like treating
This
killed
kinda-
herself in front of herself, right?
I do remember hearing that part of the
Yeah,
movie.
so then she's like covered in blood and she goes to a psych ward so they go evaluate her or whatever. And the first thing that happens, right? Oh no. She's the psychiatrist or whatever in the psych ward. And then the girl comes in because she's like, oh my god, I saw my professor kill himself, blah blah blah. And she's like, I'm seeing things, whatever it is, right? And then like she's sitting in like what would be a safety room for crazy
I
people.
think it's not safe for
And
her.
it's not safe for her.
Mhm.
She goes and breaks a glass cup or something and then cuts herself. I'm like, come on, man, really?
Would the psych ward really leave you in a room with a glass?
Yeah,
really
that's
gonna
what I'm
have it?
saying. Yeah,
Seems to me like this isn't the best psych ward.
that's what I'm saying.
And coincidentally, just so happened to be something that we break.
Yeah.
I told my ex, I'm like, I'm done.
You really.
We gotta go.
He said-
I was like,
Pack it up.
I am
Really
done.
shit.
The rest of the movie does not make sense to me.
Nah.
Because it's true, like she's like, yo, you're right, because they're not even supposed to have like they're supposed to take your clothes off and give you like safety clothes. You're not supposed to have any like something you could hurt yourself.
That's true.
Scissors.
You're supposed to have the one thing. They,
Or like
like,
stuff like you can't
Yeah.
choke yourself. Like you can't even have socks, stuff like that. Like no hangers. or
Yeah,
sounds
that's true.
like
So like I go into the logical writer part. Like yo, you were just late.
makes sense.
Yeah, that's
Come on.
true.
So like your horror movie's already like out the window for me.
You're
Did
not
you
selling
ever
me
watch
this.
Midsommar?
I
Or
love Midsommar.
I love
What is that one
Midsommar.
about?
Let's talk
It's
about
the
it.
same director for
It's the same director from Hereditary, which
Because
I'm
he
surprised
works
you haven't
in
seen
like
it.
the psychological horror side.
Yeah.
So it's like it's not like pop. Like I hate jump scares.
I hate them
jump
too.
Jump
scares.
scares are so lazy.
I don't think, yeah, those are very lazy. Okay.
Slashers.
Like they shock me, like in the moment, but then I.
How do you feel
Slashers.
about that movie? Talk to me about that. What do you like about that movie?
I love. I do videography. I love
The cinematography of it.
cinematography,
Yeah, it's
and
beautiful.
I love the imagery and all that, but ultimately I love like the logical sequence of like the story
Yeah.
of their friend. And spoiler alert, it's like the guy that brings them to the place, right? He tells them in the beginning, he's like, my parents died, and he describes the situation. And the situation where he is describing is how the main characters end up dying in the ritual. He's like, my mom ends up doing this, and my dad ends up getting burned in the house, which is exactly what happened to the two main characters.
I didn't even pick up on
You didn't
that.
pick up on
no,
that? No,
I've watched that movie a few times.
For real,
And I've
they
never
end
picked up on
getting-
it.
So
Damn, the
he
main
tell-
characters end up being fucking killed.
Because the
Well,
way the story
not
goes
necessarily.
is like they take him to this community that's very closed off from technology and stuff like that.
Oh,
They
some
have
cult
like a cult. And the guy literally tells them when he's talking to
from
the
Scientology.
main
shit.
character who plays by Florence, and he's like
Florence
yeah,
Pugh?
yeah, he's like, oh, I know, like it's hard for you, blah blah blah, dealing with your boyfriend, because she's with her boyfriend or whatever.
Her parents, her sister. The movie starts with her sister is like this girl's sister. She's crazy,
Mhm.
and so she hooks up. She lives in the house with the parents,
Oh yeah.
and so she like
No,
carbon
yeah,
monoxide
the whole house.
the whole house,
The whole
and she
house.
like poisons them all, and so they all die.
The
And like
fuck?
the movie starts with like this girl who's in college,
Mm.
like finding out that her sister's done this,
Yeah.
and like she's dealing with this immense amount of loss, and her boyfriend like seems like he wasn't really into her even before this.
Yeah, it's like
But
crazy
after
about
this,
it.
he's like, fuck, I can't break up with her. Her parents just
Yeah.
fucking died.
Fuck.
So he brings her with this trip.
So he gets invited to a trip to go to Sweden. So because he's part of some like anthropology program in the school, so he was gonna go there to go like write a paper, like write like his master's dissertation about like this Swedish cult. And like he was invited by his like Swedish friend, and all his friends wanted to go, and they didn't even want to invite her originally, but they ended up inviting her because she found out about it. And so they all show up there, and like no one wants her there. Literally, her parents are dead. Her boyfriend doesn't love her. No one fucking wants her
Not
there.
even the cult wants her.
She's like kind of looking for acceptance kind of thing. Like
she's
she's
looking
just
at that.
lost in the world because she's like
Yeah,
It's funny how like his movies are always like starting with death too. Like,
yeah. His movies always start with death. Did you know that have you ever heard of the short? Sorry, like quick asides. Did you know that he directed Meet the Johnsons?
Really?
Yeah, do you remember that short
Yeah.
movie, that
Yeah,
short film?
That's so weird.
Yeah, I
So weird.
know, dude. I know
So
that's so
weird.
weird. That
Never seen Meet the
it's a
Johnsons,
it's a short film about how like this kid like rapes his dad, molests his dad.
It's that one.
It's that one. This
It's-
guy directed that movie.
Why
He
that
directed
one?
Hereditary, and then he went on to direct Midsommar.
Yeah.
But
yeah, so
Midsommar. Okay, how do you feel about the ending? Like Danny choosing to kill her boyfriend. Do you think that's like a happy ending for her? Do you think it's a happy ending for her? Is my question, I guess.
Why my man get killed, bruh?
so
'Cause he's a bad boyfriend.
It's a bad
So
boyfriend.
that's a joke.
And-
But
and
he doesn't deserve to die for being a bad boyfriend.
I don't think.
I want to know your take on it because I have my opinions.
I think she just kind of like was in that weekend state
Yes.
where she had nobody, so she had no logical sense of like what's right or wrong.
Yes.
And then she went into like kind of like you talk about like when people have like they try that weed and they they go to a different planet or whatever.
Oh, DMT.
Yeah. So
DMT,
like the whole ritual
yeah.
of like like how Native Americans do it also. So I feel like that's what she was doing through the movie.
Yeah.
She was like going through like heavy emotional
Grief.
burdens.
Yeah.
Heavy how you say physical because
So
they were doing like this
Was she put
dance.
like in this situation in which she just
She was-
had to choose between her boyfriend and
No,
the
she
cult?
was literally in like it's a euphoria induced state because they gave them stuff
Oh,
and then they had her dance and move and just like basically exhausting herself physically. Where to the point where I'm telling you, like you'll be so high you don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah. So the whole thing. The reason why I asked that is because I watched a YouTube video a few months ago that talked about how the cult in that movie is like an allegory for like white supremacy.
Okay.
And for like really right wing, like extremist groups, because if
that's
you
why it was
notice,
based
like
in Sweden?
because it's based in Sweden, and everyone in the cult
It's white and blonde.
is white, blonde hair, blue eyes, and it's like a known, and like they talk about it in the movie that they selectively inbreed, so that they are pure, and then only every so often do they bring in an outsider
To like
to
cleanse.
breed in
Yeah.
with them, so that they don't like continue
Become
breeding too
retarded.
much.
Yeah.
So they could, yeah. But then there's also like a one character that is extremely inbred
Ooh.
to the point where he like
Oh yeah.
looks messed
Yes,
up.
Yes.
And
like yes,
Yes.
no more illustrations needed.
él es de abajo.
Like yes.
You know?
And like they think that he is like the purest and that he's like an oracle and that he can
Oh.
like see things. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
nah,
Like that's their
not how it
belief.
works. That's not how science works, buddy.
That's not how it works. But
forgot
yeah,
about that.
and so the
My boy,
whole
the
idea
chosen
is
one.
that like these groups, like especially like religious groups, like people who end up getting like who are like not religious at all and they randomly get religious, like this happens a lot where it's like usually you're dealing with a very low point in your life.
Yeah.
Like you've
What's-
lost family
So you're looking for
members,
some
you've lost friends,
community.
you're looking for community,
That's like
and
all
this
the
people
acceptance.
they come to you and they seduce
It
you.
was like the whole idea of like when
Funny how we can say.
the kidnapper starts loving their kidnapper.
The kidnapped
Stockholm-
starts loving their
Yeah,
kidnapper.
yeah,
Yeah, like a
Stockholm
Stockholm
syndrome?
syndrome. Yeah. Yeah, like that's the idea. It's like you're seduced by the idea that somebody cares, that you like have a community. So you're like fine with letting go of certain liberties and freedoms to be part of this group. And that's what happens with her, is that she's like seduced. And it's so funny because when the movie first came out, I remember so many people watching it were like, good for her, like this is a happy ending
Really?
for her. I'm like, no, it's not,
She
dude.
should kill somebody.
She just
man.
lost all of the people that she knew, and she's like being held hostage by this
Oh, yeah.
cult who we know has no problem with killing people.
Yeah.
So
And-
what's
You
your
know
love?
She doesn't leave.
What? No.
She doesn't leave. No,
That's right.
she gets
She becomes the
crowned their
Their
queen,
queen.
and that's how the movie ends.
Who at her certain birthday, she has to kill herself.
Yeah, when she reaches a certain age.
Certain age, they
Yeah,
have to
that's
kill
like a thing that they do too. That's another part of it. You should watch that movie. It's kind of
herself.
crazy.
Bro, you should.
You know,
watch
the
it.
crazy thing when I first
Watch it high.
yeah, no, when I first watched that movie, before I went into the movie theater, I took a bunch of edibles like I'd never taken before. And this was back when I used to not smoke that much. This was pre-pandemic.
Oh, so it was gonna hit you hard.
It hit me so hard, and it hit me right as their mushroom tea was hitting them
Bro, and they're like,
in the movie, because they're drinking mushroom tea
and they're like,
throughout the
and
movie.
they're like,
I wanna
young
do
times,
mushrooms,
They're like,
right?
it's like 7 o'clock. He's like, the sun's still out.
Yeah, and that was when I was like, whoa, it's hitting me.
Yeah, but I'm telling you,
Shit hit it,
like the
bro.
whole, like yeah, I caught up on that part where the guy was like, yeah, my dad died in the fire, and my mom just killed herself or something like that, which is exactly what happens later on in the movie. So like when
That's
you rewatch
interesting.
it, watch that part.
I definitely will.
So that's why I like this so much, because I'm like, oh,
What was the first scary movie that like genuinely scared you? Jeepers Creepers 2?
Creepers 2. 'Cause I just
Generally,
can't- I just
you know,
can't
I'm
remember
such a
that.
baby, bro. Zombieland.
Zombieland?
Zombieland,
When it
bro, that's
came
a
out.
That was a
comedy.
comedy.
But when it came out, bro, I was so young. How old is he? What was I?
I'll look it up for you. But it was
Young.
Yeah.
It's a comedy.
Came out in like
Yeah.
2008, I feel like 2007, 2009.
I was 7 years old. That's how pure I was, bro. That shit traumatized me. I was not about that. Like, I was not about
Did you
that.
know Jesse Eisenberg is from my town?
Really?
He's from East Brunswick.
Really?
Yeah, he's annoying. Like everyone from East
If I
Brunswick.
watch it now, I'll
but-
probably be fine. Like I watched.
Yeah.
It's a
What's
funny comedy.
the latest movie I seen? Was this one? Not The Exorcist. It was something about the witch.
The Witch. Could be.
The
That's
witch.
a movie that came out. Yeah, that is a
I
movie.
watched that movie and it wasn't that scary. In fact, in one scene, I started just dying laughing because the witch just takes over this one dude, and the dude, it's a good member, and so the girl is like, oh no, I know it's not you. Like she thinks she can stop him, and the dude just straight smacks the bitch right across the fucking hallway, and she goes through the window. Boom, dead. I'm thinking she's dead. Like, yo, and I'm fucking dying in the middle of it. The person next to me is like, bro, this is a scary movie. He's like, bro, this shit is funny as hell. Like,
Dude.
and the bitch comes back. She's like, she's fine. The girl comes back. Like, you just got smacked through the window, girl. You should be out.
That reminds me of when I saw John Mulaney last month.
Okay.
He has this one bit that had me fucking crying, dude. He's like, why is it that whenever somebody gets possessed by the devil, they just start saying like bad words? They're just like fucking, fuck shit, balls, fuck me in the ass, fuck shit. He's like, why is that what they go for? Like, they don't go for like destroying, they don't go killing people, they don't go destroying the planet, they just go, fuck shit.
Fuck shit, fuck.
Fuck shit. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's a demon for sure.
The first movie that really scared me when I was a kid was The Exorcist, but it wasn't so much like the actual movie. It was because I had found out about it through like YouTube videos, and so I became obsessed with it because I went to Catholic school growing up.
What is this?
So I believed.
She believed it for sure.
I believed in everything. I was like, yo, I'm gonna get fucking possessed and I'm gonna start levitating in church. And so I would like watch these clips on YouTube like obsessively, and I'd get so scared. And I read the whole plot of the movie multiple times.
See what? That's what you don't do.
Yeah, and then I watched the
Go
movie
back-
and I was
go
like,
back to
oh, this
watching
is
Avatar,
boring.
bro.
This is boring.
Bruh. See, now that's a movie I could get into. Avatar. Yeah.
This guy's not even.
Which one?
Both of them, they're both cool.
Oh, 1 and 2. I'm sorry, I don't know why I was like, oh, Avatar: Last Airbender, the TV show.
Both, that one too.
That one
I was
too.
like, that's
That
the
one
one.
too.
OG.
That's
Yeah.
my childhood right there.
OG.
Yeah, I rewatch that shit every year. It's like a thing for me.
The show?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, Jeepers Creepers 2 was. I was young.
I've never watched that.
What's that one about?
It's you never seen Jeepers Creepers?
Bro, I'm not.
Bro.
This is not the podcast for me.
You
This is not
watch
my
it, you
episode.
watch Jeepers Creepers.
I'm sorry, I don't
Just
think.
watching Jeepers
that-
Creepers.
I guess my will.
Just watch Jeepers Creepers 2, and then
You're not
driving
catching
through
me
a
watching.
cornfield. All right.
Oh yeah, nah, this.
Bro, because I was young. I was like probably like 9 or 10 or something when I watched that, right? And it was like, I think it was my first scary movie that I came to this
Legit.
country, right? Like, so for me, I'm watching this with the other kids. Some aunt is putting
You're like, this
on.
is America.
Yeah, I'm watching it, and then like I never been to a cornfield. You know what I mean? So it's about like the plot's about these football team driving through the middle of nowhere, and then Jeepers Creepers comes out, you know, and it's like this demonic.
It's like a crow.
Yeah, it's like a crow thing, but it's really
like
not
a-
crow.
It's like a straw man hat thing.
Yeah. So
I think
he
I've
has
seen it in
wings.
high school.
He has
Yeah.
wings,
Yeah, I saw it
like,
in high school.
and he
It wasn't that scary, bro.
no, that shit was scary as fuck for me
Yeah,
back
man.
then. And like he like stops them and starts killing them, like, cause it's like every 24 years or something like that.
He pops
yeah,
up.
for like every 9 springs for 9 days.
Oh, that's like it.
Yo, I saw it too on movies too.
Yo,
It wasn't that scary either.
It wasn't that
It was
scary.
creepy
It was fun.
though. It was creepy. There was this one part where
It
this
was creepy,
big,
yeah.
big, not aunt, fucking grandma looking devil shit was thumping through the hallway.
Through the house.
Yeah, bro, that shit. That was
I
the only
remember that.
actual part that was like, bro, that's just creepy. Give me.
What's like
Give me
an
the
alien-
fuck
what is
out.
it?
Yeah, yeah,
Isn't
yeah.
it like
What
an
the
alien
fuck are we doing
spider or
here?
something, right?
Things you do for a
Actual
nut.
thing.
What?
It's like an alien spider or something, like that takes possession of like your deepest fears or something like that. I think that's what it is. Like
Oh, I think
Yeah.
it's no. It was like an old demon or something.
It was like-
It's
like
it's a
spider.
demon
Something
that's
like
like also spider. Oh,
yeah.
because it takes the form of the thing you're most
You're
afraid
afraid of,
of.
yeah.
Something like that.
so
It lives on the
stupid.
ground.
Yeah.
So stupid.
Pretty good.
It always ends up, movies like that always ends up
Dude,
being some mystical
Did you
shit.
know
Like
that
it's
the
a demon.
book? Did you know that the book features like an orgy between the kids?
What?
Yeah, dude. Like the book.
The fuck is wrong with
The
Stephen
book
King?
is split into 2 parts. Like one when they're kids and one when they're
They're
adults.
adults.
That's why they made 2 movies.
Please
but
tell me the
the-
adults we fucking.
Yeah, no, I don't even think so. No, they like the book at the end of the first part of the book, like they like have an orgy, like the kids
Just one
together.
of the kids just whips his cock out like, yeah, here's the good, ready for this side.
No
of
fear,
the
no
thing.
fear, no fear.
Just boom.
No fear. Computers now.
No
That's what-
fear,
no
just
fear.
no fear at all.
No
Yo,
fear at
for
all.
real. I
That's-
can't. That's something you can't get hard if you're scared, bro.
But Steve,
That's true.
You're either scared or hard. Either or.
My
That's-
man's like the ideal scary guy. Like his scary movies, I could say, are like.
He's just creepy,
Stephen King
bro.
books that are adapted into
I
movies.
could see.
He's a weirdo.
I could see them.
How do you like The Shining? Have you ever seen The Shining?
I love The Shining.
I
I
love The
haven't seen
Shining.
it, but
the whole like cinematography of it, like I love it, bro.
That's
it's
one
deep.
movie where it's like I have a hard time picking a favorite scary movie because I'm like none of these movies like actually scare me. I just like enjoy them.
Yeah, I like enjoying them. I don't
But
say- yeah, I
The
like it.
Shining would be my favorite if I had to pick one. Just I just love that movie. Yeah, I
what
think
is it
it's really
about
cool.
it that it's so? I mean, I know
Um,
it's considered a classic, but never seen it.
I think it's just like
It reminds me a lot of Home Alone.
there's a lot to think about with it. Like I just think every single time I watch it, I pick up something new from it, and I think it's
Oh, it's one of those.
yeah, it's just a fun movie you could keep watching over and over again. It has like infinite rewatchability.
I can see that.
So I love watching it. The cinematography is great. The acting is great. The theories, you could come up with a bunch of theories on it if you want. Have you ever heard the theory that like there are certain scenes where Kubrick admits to faking the moon landing through the cinematography?
Yeah.
That one I love. Like that's a conspiracy theory that I love. That Stanley Kubrick helped fake the moon landing. There's also the one that like it's supposed to be about like Native American genocide because the hotel is built on top of like
I heard about
a
that.
Native American burial ground,
Really?
and like that's what's like haunting the
Everything,
hotel.
the whole thing, yeah.
Yeah, and that
I
there's
think I
like
know that.
yeah, and then there's like there's like one where it's like like there's just like a bunch of theories. Like I can't remember all of them right now. There's one that definitely has to do with like the room number that it was.
Yeah, I know that one also, yeah.
And then there's another one where it's like apparently in the book, the car that the family's supposed to be driving was supposed to be red,
Okay.
but for whatever reason, like Kubrick did not care about making it red, and I think that bothered Stephen King. And it was like rumored that Stephen King really it's true. Stephen King really hates the version that Stanley Kubrick
Yeah.
made because Stanley Kubrick didn't want his help on the screenplay. He was like, listen, I got this. I don't love your rigging. I don't love your ideas. I'm just going to take little
said,
pieces
"Fuck
of
your
this. I'm going
shit."
to make my own shit.
Yeah.
And that really bothered Stephen King because he was like, that's not really like an accurate depiction of what my book was.
The movies never are or something. But I
Yeah.
can see
And
why.
so, yeah. And
He
I,
said, your shit sucks.
and he
Look at
then,
this.
Stephen King went and made his own Shining, and it was not good.
It was not it.
It was ass.
Yeah.
But because Stanley Kubrick was so annoyed at Stephen King, there's like a scene in the movie where there's a red car and it's totaled.
Oh,
like
wait,
as the janitor guy is like heading towards the hotel.
Yeah, I remember that scene.
There's
know
like this
about
red
that,
car
yeah.
that's like just totaled on the side of the road.
reason.
And yeah, and so that's supposed to be like, fuck you,
Fuck
that's your
you,
fucking
yeah,
car.
yeah, your
Which
red car
I
is
just
fucking
love
red
how
car.
that pettiness in filmmaking.
I'm gonna get a red car and crush it and put it on the side
Fuck
of the
your
road.
guilt.
Yeah, fuck it.
Fuck it.
Fuck your red car.
You know what? One movie, and this is kind of going back on our true crime theme, sort of a little bit, but a movie that I was like low key obsessed with in a bad way when I was little. Like I was 6th, 7th, 8th grade. The Human Centipede series.
I hated that one, bro.
I watched
Those are the
1,
type
2,
of-
and 3, and I watched one
Those
multiple
are the type
times.
of movies I hate the most.
Those
'cause,
are
like,
the type of movies I hate the most too, but for
'cause
whatever
it's
reason,
just-
I was fascinated with it because I was like,
I-
this is
I-
realistic.
I
like,
despise those type of movies. Those and like Saw movies and those type of movies. Because like,
Saw movies?
I
I've
just
never
don't-
watched a Saw
I never
movie.
understood. Because like that's the type of horror that turns from horror to just being gore and disgusting.
yeah, I agree.
That's just it. There's no
I
there's no
agree.
art to it.
I watched the Human Centipede.
I agree.
And I turned on the TV and I was like, this is
This
whoever made this was a crime. Like this is.
Oh, I
It's
agree,
just-
and
it's
I
just
agree.
so
Looking
bad.
back now, I'm like, this is bad.
It's
But at the time, I
traumatizingly
was
bad,
like,
too.
this could happen to
This
me.
could happen.
So that's what was really scary about it
I
to
think
me.
that's
Yeah.
scary. Like damn.
It
but
was-
then again, you're like,
But then eating somebody's shit, bruh.
That was
For real.
disgusting.
like,
That's that type of like horror that is disgusting. It mixes
Yeah.
that
But you know what it is?
It's
don't
gross
know.
for gross sake.
But you know what it was Saw is you gotta watch like the series to get like the whole story. That's the thing.
I want to watch that
Fuck
series
fuck the
eventually.
story. I don't like the goreness either.
Well, I like the story. I don't like the goreness. I don't care about like people like killing themselves. But if you look at the story behind the
Cause
being
the
behind
dude that
Jigsaw,
set up all the fucking bullshit.
But like, there's a whole story not behind him. When throughout the whole, everybody has their individual like test that these strangers are getting, but then behind that, it's like an actual story for the Jigsaw, like how he got cancer, his wife, kids died. Like is there like a
Oh,
detective that
okay.
takes over him after he dies, and then he's like, "You're never gonna be me. This is that." He's living up to the hype. Another detective trying to figure out like Jigsaw is dead. Who is this guy now? Like there's a whole other story other than you guys watching the people try to kill themselves or whatever.
Okay,
Yeah.
I could get behind that
Yeah, so
maybe.
you have to watch at least like 1 through 5.
Did you ever watch
Nah.
the sequel to The Shining, Doctor Sleep?
No, I never heard of that actually.
Dude, it came out in 2019, and it was one of my favorite movies that came out
It
that
was
year.
good.
It was so fun to watch.
Sequel to
To The Shining, yeah, because Stephen King made a sequel to like a book sequel to The Shining called
Okay.
Doctor Sleep,
Okay.
and then that movie was made by Mike Flanagan, the director to the like Haunting of
Okay.
Hill House,
Yeah,
Haunting of
okay.
Bly Manor, also good series. He actually also came out another
The
like
Haunting-
horror TV show,
The Haunting of Hill Manor is the one.
Hill House.
Hill House. Yeah, I've seen part of it. I've seen parts of those.
So good.
Yeah.
Hill House and Bly Manor are so
That's
good.
the one with the 2 kids, right? And their parents are not there, and then like the nanny's taking care of him, and then there's like a chef or something like that, right? Is that it? Or is that one of them? 'Cause I know
That's
that-
one of them.
yeah,
I
'cause
think
there's
that's Bly
most-
Manor.
Yeah, there's a bunch. Yeah, there you go. That's that one. 'Cause
Yeah,
there's a bunch of them.
Hill House has like 4 or 5 kids.
Yeah. Okay. Never mind.
Yeah,
I can see that one.
Hill House is really good too. Those 2 series, like they're scary, but more than anything, they're gonna make you cry. Both of them, I cried like a baby to both of them.
Why?
I don't know. You
Because
get
one of them is an
Sentimental?
allegory to Alzheimer's,
Oh,
and the other one is like an allegory for something else, like the same idea, like loss. It's always about the deeper meanings.
always
I'm
about
like,
deeper
I'm
meanings,
crying, I'm a
yeah.
baby. Ah.
me and like anime sometimes. No.
that's how it be sometimes,
It's
bro. Have
deep.
you, for all my anime lovers, have y'all seen I Want to Eat Your Pancreas?
What the heck is that?
Bro.
What the hell is that?
I know.
That
the
sounds like
title-
a horror
Is it
movie.
a
No.
movie? Or is it a series?
It's a movie.
Oh, okay. So the movie. That's
It'll, bro. I know it wants to be. I mean, The title is misleading, but it's a fucking yo. If you watch
Yeah,
it,
no, I get it. Cause my brother be telling me. There's this other one called
Fruit Basket. It's a series.
My piano in April or something like that.
I haven't heard of that
No,
one, but I know
Wow.
it'll
apparently
destroy
he said
you.
that is, and my brother's like a rock. He's like, watch that shit. That shit will break your heart. And I'm like, it's on Crunchyroll, but I ain't trying to watch.
Ready.
I ain't trying to watch the sad anime, bro.
Well, they don't give you the They don't give you the ending that you want. You're like, fuck. What could they be?
There was one scary movie that I saw when I was younger that actually did not have a happy ending. Like the guys thought they escaped like this house or like a zombie or vampire or whatever. They're like driving away from the house and like, yeah, we survived, and they're like crying and shit. And then the guys in the back scene goes, kills them. I don't know what movie it is.
Damn.
You're like, I'm just throwing that in the mix.
But that movie was one of the good movies because I'm like, yeah, not a good ending. Not a good ending. Like
I'll be like,
we don't,
yeah,
not
damn.
a happy ending.
How do you feel about Jordan Peele movies? I love all of them.
Ooh, he's a good psychological guy. Oh, you want to be a hater? You gotta
I'm
be
not
that
a
guy.
hater.
Those are also horror movies. That could have been something you talk about.
I haven't seen him though.
What do you mean? You're like, those are, he's good. He's good.
I just know he has made an impact in pop culture.
You know what it is?
They're good black horror movies.
Yeah, Get Out,
You know what?
Us.
Get Out, great. I feel like it's like very, like his stuff is not generally like scary,
His stuff is not scary. That
It's
is
not
something
scary.
I'll give you.
It's not
It doesn't
scary.
feel like,
but it like just draws you in. Like,
yeah, it's just
Like it
good.
just like has like like a weird feeling in your gut. Like
Yeah.
something's off here, but I can't.
Mm.
Like you know,
Yeah.
like
It's
us,
creepy.
like us. I watched it in the theaters, and I'm like, it just draws you in with the intro, like the rap.
Yeah.
Like, it's like weird stuff going on, like like Stanley, like Clockwork Orange.
Yeah.
Like that type of style. Like it's like, what the heck is
Going on, yeah.
And like the ending for us is like everybody holding hands around the world,
Yeah.
and then like it's like, what is this? Like just leaves you.
It's one of those
distraught.
things. It's one of those. It's like, again, another anime reference, but it's like Evangelion. Genesis. It's like if you,
Yeah.
my anime guys,
You're
if
gonna
you
get
know,
it, you're gonna get it.
if you know,
You know.
it's like one of those animes that if you start watching, you finish the last episode, and you're like, what the fuck did I just watch?
No.
And you're like, you left with questions, and you gotta like go
Like,
on
it-
Reddit,
yeah,
and you gotta.
it entertain you, but then you're like, now I gotta go to YouTube.
Now I gotta go to YouTube,
Yeah, I gotta go to
and see an
YouTube.
explanation. Watch a 30-minute video about this explanation that might not be the one
Yeah.
of this, just one perspective of this, the one dude and how he thinks how things
Yeah,
are.
that's true.
But it's cool. Like, I mean, it's cool sometimes if you have the attention span for it, because it's like you gotta keep up and you gotta think about it. I don't know if I don't know.
Sometimes
Like,
I watch movies several times if I like it enough. Or I like watching the analysis videos, but I
Yeah.
watch those while I'm like
What's the last one?
doing
Doing
stuff
something
like
else.
driving
What's the
or
last
like
one you made?
Hmm?
What's the last one you made? Nope, right?
Nope. Yeah, Nope was also really good. I enjoyed
Nope
Nope.
had me. I
That's
like
all I know.
movies. I always say this. I like movies that from the first like 10 minutes I don't understand what the story's about.
Oh, they don't tell you what's
Yeah.
going
Because if
on.
I figure
They
out
just
your
throw you
if
in.
I figure out your story, I lose my.
You made it predictive.
Yeah, because I'm the type of person I will ruin the movie within 10 minutes. I'm sorry.
You be
Because-
the one that be trying to predict what's going on, and then when it matches
I'll
to
be
what you
I'll
say,
be
like,
hold
I
up.
already
I'm
know.
gonna stay quiet right now. 'cause
Tries to
I-
predict the writing and shit.
Yeah.
And then right when it's there, it's like, it was his brother.
I knew
I
it.
was like, it's his brother. And then he's like, I'm your brother. I'm like, I knew it. I told you. I didn't want to say that. But
But when it
that
took-
one had me very interesting from the beginning because if you remember the intro to it, like the first thing, it's a black man riding a horse.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
it's
that's the
it's-
first.
and
That
it's-
was the first movie.
Yeah. That is the first movie.
It is the first movie.
The first movie in the world is like a black guy riding a horse ever.
And
So-
that movie is really cool because it talks about like there's an angle of it that's like the exploitation of like black people in filmmaking, where it's like the man riding the horse is a black man, but he's not credited. We don't know who he is. We don't really know anything about him
Yeah.
for whatever reason. And then it's like it turns out like in the story they
It was
make him like
his
this guy, his
great-grandfather,
great great grandfather or whatever. And then there's like a bunch of different people trying to exploit the aliens,
Yep.
or like the alien sightings, and everyone who tries to like gets like killed or whatever. But like they're finally able to like hone it in, and like that triumph of finally being able to get recognition for something that you've been like a part of for so long and have been struggling to be like successful in. So I really like that part of it.
Yeah. Well, like that whole like idea of like if you think like the beginning is like if you think it was like square, cause
Yeah.
it's TV, and it's like black man riding a horse, right? And that's like an old style video, like very slow, whatever, not detail, and then how it ends is the same way.
That's true. That's
It
true.
ends the same way. It's the alien, the way it eats, it like it opens up like in a rectangular form, and like it's chasing the main character,
Yeah.
and he's on a horse, a black man on a horse,
Yeah.
Oh, really?
and that's how the movie.
The alien eats the
cool.
guy?
Yeah.
Well, you think he does, but he doesn't. But that's how the movie ends. It's
Oh.
like,
You like don't know, right? Like that's.
no, you do.
Oh yeah,
He
you
comes
do,
out.
you
He
do,
comes
you
out at
do,
the
you
end.
do. Yeah,
He
yeah,
comes at the end after she takes a picture of it or
yeah.
whatever.
Like I don't remember, but yeah.
Oh, snap. It's an alien movie? I didn't know.
It's an alien movie.
Yeah, it's an alien movie.
It's an alien movie. But like I love his take on it. Like it's not like little aliens. Like
Yeah,
the
you
ac-
never see the
Yeah,
alien.
the actual alien is the actual shit. It's alive.
Yeah.
Oh.
It sleeps. It
Yeah.
hunts. It's an animal.
It's an intergalactic animal.
You gotta watch
You gotta
it.
watch it, bro.
That's
You gotta
so
watch it.
Cool.
Like, yo, every
Dude, the scene where the scene where it's like eating and the blood is coming out
Ew.
is so like
beautiful.
still gets me. Still gets
Really?
me. Yeah. You
It's
gotta watch
creepy.
it.
It's like, dude.
No, it's just like I don't know. It's like sometimes like it's like the way some things they like you're like
It's impactful. I'm
Yeah,
not saying
you're
that
like,
it's like
wow.
scary, but it's like impactful for sure.
you're just like you know what's happening because of what's you're seeing, but you're like, damn, you didn't show me what's happening, but I know what's going on.
Yeah, I know what's
I
going
know
on.
exactly what's going on. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
It's implied.
Yeah, it's very
so-
implied.
But yeah, like that, like the whole idea, of, like and after that movie came out, everybody's like looking at clouds differently now. You're like, yo.
Yeah, you're like,
Mm.
Did
gotta
you
watch
watch X or Pearl?
X or Pearl, what's that about?
So X and Pearl are part of the same like series. X came out first. X came out February of 2022. So it's a really good movie. It's inspired by Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which is another freaking great movie.
No, I might take because I'll speak after you.
All right, we'll
Yeah,
talk
I'll
after.
speak you.
But it's inspired by Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and it's these like a group of people who all like film porn, like that's their thing. Like it's two porn actresses, one porn actor, a camera guy, like his girlfriend who also helps with like the sound, and the guy who's directing it. And they all go to this this old couple's guest house. They have like a guest house in their property
Okay.
to go film this porn
Video.
these porn videos that they want to do, because it's like multiple videos that they're making. And they don't want to obviously tell the couple that they're doing this, because this also takes place in the 70s.
Yeah. Okay.
So they show up to the house, and when they do, like, shit starts going down real fast. And essentially, like, it's the old people that are killing them. Like, plot twist, like, not plot twist, spoiler alert, like, it's the old people doing this shit. And it gets really crazy.
Y'all thought y'all was gonna fuck.
Y'all thought y'all was gonna fuck psych, and no,
Hell yeah.
Okay, another spoiler alert for this movie is that like it turns out the wife of like the old couple, like the old lady, she's like
I wanted to get her groove on.
criminally horny, bro. Like she's like no joke, she's trying to get her groove on for real. And it turns out that
And
her
a hot
husband,
male porn actor comes in like,
well, yeah, she hasn't gotten it. She hasn't gotten any in apparently a long time. Like that's implied throughout the movie, because her husband has a really bad heart condition, where if his heart rate is elevated by any amount, like he could die. And so she goes.
It's either gets a hard on and his heart stops, so that's it.
Yeah, so she like can't have sex. So she starts seeing them, and she starts seeing what they're doing, and she's like criminally horny. So she tries to get one of them to like, give her a little something, And when they deny her, she flips out and she kills them.
Should have said yes.
Should have said yes.
Fuck the granny, bro.
And so
I would have been like, yo, if you give me a discount on me moving over
my
here and doing my
Airbnb.
shit.
yeah, you're like, yo, I'll give you a little son,
Yeah, you
son, if you give me a little
Yeah,
discount.
give you a discount. Let me record it real quick and we're Gucci. Make some money off of this shit, bro.
That's true.
Boy, they didn't think.
But
I've never seen that one.
yeah,
I've never heard
but
that.
was crazy.
there's a scene in the movie where like she starts undressing to try to have sex with her husband. And it's so funny because she's like trying to get sexy or whatever, and she's like old. She's like nasty old. Like they make her look old. And the crazy thing is it's like not a real old lady. It's Mia Goth. So Mia
it's
Goth,
CGI old.
she plays the main character and she also plays the old lady.
Oh, okay.
So they have her playing both characters. And so they have her in all this like grotesque makeup to make her look gross. And I remember watching it in the theater and the point where she starts getting naked as the old lady. Like, oh, I kid you not, like a whole row of guys stand up and they just fucking start walking out. They're like, hell
Really?
no, this is not for me.
Hell no, saggy ass titties, boo. I ain't come
Yeah.
for
It
this.
was like-
You gotta whips out his phone.
Oh, yeah, oh,
Yeah, right?
This nigga
Yeah, I'm
is
at a concert.
Finally.
But
Later.
Ew.
But yeah, they literally walked out of a movie. I was dying laughing
Oh,
when
hell
they did
nah.
that. Because literally everyone was watching. Everyone was like, ew, what the fuck? But these dudes actually got up and left. I was like, that's so real
I
right
respect
now.
Wow, chicken, wow. I respect her.
I
That's what
respect
they
her.
say. We respect this woman.
Respect.
That's true. That's true. But yeah, and
Really
then
nipple for
Pearl came out like 6 months later. And Pearl is the story of the old lady when she was young.
Oh, okay.
So, and it's cool because
Was she out
the
here,
first
like,
movie takes inspiration from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The
another
second
one?
one takes inspiration from Psycho.
Okay.
So
The old black and white.
the old black and white
Old black
movie,
and white.
yeah, and
Wait.
it takes place during the 1920s or the like
Makes sense.
1918,
Makes sense.
somewhere around there. And back then they had the polio
Okay.
pandemic.
Yeah.
So they like there are themes of pandemic weaved into the movie.
Oh, okay.
So I just thought that was like an interesting thing to include in a way that like wasn't so explicitly like our pandemic.
Okay.
And now there's a third one coming out soon. So you need to watch the first two
We'll see
before
what
the
that
third
one
one comes
about.
out because this is a good series.
Yeah, I don't like Texas Chainsaw. I know it's based on a true story.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre is based on a true story. I like it because it's like a bunch of friends got together, super, super low budget, and filmed it themselves.
Okay.
And the guy, there's like a scene, obviously, with the chainsaw. That scene, apparently, the guy was like high on edibles when they filmed that shit, and it was a real fucking chainsaw.
Holy shit.
And he like almost dropped it on someone. Like it was a whole disaster.
Holy
I
shit.
just think it was a disaster making it, but for what it was, it's a fun
I think
movie.
like I don't like slashers just because like
You know the intention.
you
You,
know
already
what's
know
gonna
what's gonna happen.
You
It's
know
gotta
what's
sell.
gonna, you know what's gonna happen at the end.
Yeah.
You're gonna kill him, and he's gonna come back, and it's gonna happen again, and you can make it. So like the story doesn't really drive me.
I get that. There are certain ones that I like Scream I like, and I Know What You Did Last Summer I like. Jason,
Yo, what's-
Nightmare on Elm Street, I'm not really into those,
What's
but
the one movie
or
that
Halloween,
starts
whatever.
like this guy's going to this in the woods and they're like in this cabin and there's this killer out there, blah blah blah. Blah. You know, classic setup for a scary movie.
Cabin in the Woods.
But somehow it turns into a completely different story, and it turns into, I think it's a comedy.
It's Cabin in the Woods, bro.
Yeah.
It's like weird. It gets real weird.
Fucking weird, and then
It gets
like, they're
weird. They
watching
open like
them.
a portal.
They're
Yes,
watching
you're talking
them.
about
They're
Cabin in the Woods.
Bank, in a bunker or some shit.
Yeah.
Like, and yeah.
Cabin
I
in
was
the
like,
Woods.
what the fuck?
That
kind of
threw
movie
me
is this
off.
shit?
That threw me off a lot. I remember the first time I watched that movie
I
was in
watched that
high
and said,
school.
am I going crazy? What the fuck going on? Like they
Me
don't
too.
mention none of it.
I know.
Yeah.
There was
Funny
a.
as fuck.
It was a funny movie. I remember that one. I remember
the
when I
type of
watched
scary movie
it.
I like.
I put it on. And I was like, oh, this movie's supposed to be so scary. And then like halfway through, I was like, nope.
No.
Nope.
Oh, it's time?
Anyways, we're gonna
It's
go
been
on a
Whoa.
break.
Yeah.
Take a break.
Yeah,
Take a break.
Yeah.
Take a break.
We'll be back soon.
A bake break.
We're back from break, and we're mad. We found out Spotify.
Yo, facts. I thought I was actually gonna start learning for once. Because my goal for this year, or for next year, because this year is almost ending, to be honest.
He's like, I can't
It's like I gave
Yeah,
up
I
on this
felt
year.
that.
We don't
That's
even gotta
facts.
try.
It's like, come
I
on.
can wait until January to start doing this.
Yeah.
come back.
Right now I'm at practice, so I can start on next year. But I gotta finish a proper book.
He has to.
I gotta read a book.
Okay.
Just read a page a day.
Yo, but you know the struggle. You don't know the struggle.
A page a day?
You don't know the struggle, boy.
I've started multiple books this year and I haven't finished them. Well, actually, I finished.
That's the
I
thing,
finished two
started.
books. I finished 2 books. I finished 2 books this year.
I'm still working.
Good
on
for
that.
you, man.
I'm still-
I always start them and
On
I never finish
vacation.
them. I always run out of like motivation. I just lose
I do
interest.
too. I lose motivation and I just forget about it. Like if I pick
Yeah.
up a book, if I pick it up, if I read it in one sitting or if I read it in very close sittings, I'll finish it. But if I have any time away from it more than like a day or two, I'm like, fuck going back to this book.
It's
You're
like,
like,
it's out of your
I don't
routine.
even.
Yeah,
I have to
don't know.
fucking. I don't even know what's going
I don't
on.
know what's going on.
Now I gotta fucking read. I'm gonna start open. I'm gonna be like, oh, I have no clue
It's
what's
like
going
you start
on.
watching a show and you're like really into it. And
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
watch it for a week and you're like,
But that's why the shows have like this little preview of last episode. They catch you up.
yeah. But the
Books gotta start doing that.
The book doesn't do
I gotta
it.
read another chapter.
Fuck, you gotta go back in your memories. Like, fuck, why did I? never
Books
do
should
last time?
Books should do short little blur. Like you know how like there's a whole
That's
half
what they
page
do.
Yeah.
before they start a new chapter,
They should like
and that half page they should do like a
In last-
tiny little blur
chapter review.
for someone like me. Yeah, what did we learn last
Right.
chapter, guys?
Chapter
What did we
review.
go through? Let me remind you what the plot
Chapter
is.
review.
But like, how would you not spoil
Oh, I'm so
yourself?
silly. Huh?
How would you not spoil yourself?
You could just
You,
spoil yourself
what do you
regardless.
mean? Oh, I mean, just like don't look. I don't know.
Just
And
don't
if you
look,
do, like
bro.
that's
Just
your
don't look.
decision.
I
That's your
can't, bruh.
decision. That's your
don't look.
decision.
I can't. I'ma look every time.
He's like, no, now I gotta read this.
He's like, wait, I didn't catch that. Let me go back.
what?
Maybe.
Let me go back. I gotta read this chapter. This will be a good chapter.
Plus, another struggle to reading books nowadays for me specifically is because the information just does not be retaining, bruh.
Yeah, me and reading have the same issue. You know what else? I need pictures. I'm a kid. I need like you're teaching me about like
You're a
something.
visual learner.
No, like yeah, cause like you know if you're like you know like the Odyssey and stuff like that. Like, give me a map of where they are. Show me like the.
So you can
know,
visualize
like, so I
it.
can
Create a
visualize
You can imagine it.
scene.
Paint me a scene, baby girl. Like you know.
Paint a picture for me.
Yeah, like how they.
That's why you like
fight.
movies. Here's the
Yeah.
thing. It's like the Odyssey, for example. There's certain things that I just like can't read. Like I'm not into reading Shakespeare, and I'm not into
Fuck
reading
Shakespeare.
like
Sorry.
I'm not into.
Fuck
I
that.
wasn't into the Odyssey, and I wasn't
I'm not
into
reading
like
that.
anything like. What was like all those Brit Lit books that we used to read in high school, like
Beowulf and stuff.
Beowulf. Like I don't fucking
Ugh.
know.
Hamlet.
There's
Mice and Men?
stories. No, Mice and Men. Like okay, things that are written in poems. Like I'm not good at reading poetry personally, so things that are written in like poem to be meant to be said like that,
I
I
like-
can't do that.
you know what book
reading.
I like
My king.
from
Yeah.
English class? Lord of the Flies.
That's
Those were
sexy.
good. Those were
That's
good.
sexy.
But
That was
again,
like
that's like a very different kind of narrative. Like the books that I'm talking about, like I don't like anything told like a poem. Like that needs to be performed for me. I can understand it when
Beowulf,
performed,
for me,
but
was like senior year. I was cheating through it. Quizlet all the way.
could not do that.
I like books that kind of like keep you like in the mystery, I guess. Not the mystery genre, like oh, like it's a mystery.
They don't tell you what's
no,
going
it's
on.
just like a journey of a character trying to figure out something going on in their life. Because I read this book, I think it's called Numbers or something like that. So it's about a taxi driver. I don't know what it was. It was about a taxi driver, right, or something like that. And he comes home and he finds like a letter, and on that letter it's like a ace from a card or something like that. And like it has a number or whatever, and then he's like, "What the fuck is this?" Blah blah blah, blah. And it's like a whole letter, and then he constantly keeps getting these letters or something. He's like a taxi driver. He's trying to figure out this whole mystery of like who's sending him this letter, like who's stalking him, blah 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 blah. And at the end, he finds out that his dad trying to reconnect with him.
Oh wow!
Something like that. So I'm like that mystery of me trying to like, who the fuck is sending this guy letters? Like,
This story is like men will do anything besides just like talk about their feelings.
pretty much.
Whole time I'm getting these stalker letters from my dad who's trying to reconnect with me. Logically,
That could just
could have just
cold,
called me and
bro.
told me you love
It
me.
was
Like
the same, I think it was the same author that one of my favorite books. If you read a book, make this one. It's called The Book Thief.
Oh, I've heard of that book. I haven't read it though.
It's such a great book.
Really?
What is it about?
That's
It's
interesting.
about little spoiler. I'm just trying not to spoil. It's about a girl who basically goes. This happened during World War II or something like that, and she basically she likes to read books, and like basically kind of steal books, whatever. And it turns out like at the end she's technically dead.
Dang.
She's a ghost.
Oh, it's like a Sixth Sense type
Dang.
story.
And
Yeah.
She's like, oh, my friend, and then her friend, it's death, trying to guide her through.
Bruh.
Yeah. Or something.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's exactly how it goes, but that's basically the bullet point. And I'm like, dang. When I read that shit, I was like,
Fuck.
fuck. That
Throw
shit
the
hit.
whole book
That
away.
shit hit right here.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how it goes. But what were we talking about? We're talking about movies, right? Scary movies.
We're talking about movies, so
Scary
we're gonna
movies,
come
no
back to
No jump
movies.
scares. No freaking jump scares.
Yeah, fuck
We like
jump scares.
movies.
Jump
That's what we
scares, no.
established.
No jump scares. No slashers. No loud noises. No creep. You know what's a good
No
movie?
loud noises.
Sound
like an old
Absolutely
person right
not.
now.
No, just trying to get it into your heart, and you're like, I feel it right here. I'm not really scared. I just feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's not
Is
scary.
it vibrations,
Okay, you know
bro?
one thing that I'm not into in scary movies, that I'm really not into in scary movies, is really grotesque sexual things.
Why is it always like that?
I really hate that stuff. I actually saw
Wait, you mean Midsummer when they're fucking? Like that type?
that
Or,
that
or,
didn't even bother me that much. I'm talking about this one scene. There's this movie that I watched recently, that one with the hand.
Oh, the one, yeah, I forgot what it's called.
I
It just came out-
literally
it just
on
came
the
out. It just
tip of
came
my
out.
tongue. Yes, it just came out. Talk to Me. It was called.
That's funny.
And the whole premise is that
Man.
these people go and they found this hand, and
handshake.
you give the hand a handshake, and when you do, it
Lots of-
connects you. You get temporarily possessed by a dead person.
Oh shit.
Yeah, something like that or whatever. And
That sounds kind of cool.
your experience is that you're looking at them and you're like a mirror of them basically. So
You're living. in
you're
there.
seeing
They're
you're
li-
seeing what they're doing, and you in turn are doing what they're doing. It's kind of weird like that.
You're living their life.
And so there's this one point where this guy gets connected to some demon, and he starts humping this dog or making out with this
Ew.
dog. And it was supposed to be haha funny, scary, grotesque. It was supposed to make
That's
you
so
uncomfortable,
weird.
but the kids are laughing in the scene, and I was just this is so fucking gross. I don't want to watch this.
That's what I'm saying.
Why? I don't really care for that. Even Midsommar,
That's
that
different, yeah.
that one
Okay,
I
that
felt
was-
different. Because there's a scene where Danny's boyfriend, the main character's boyfriend,
Inseminates.
is taken to have sex with this
Inseminates.
girl who is from the cult.
Who fed him?
Yeah,
Who fed him her?
Yeah,
Her pubes.
she did a potion on him, and the whole thing. It was some
Bill
sort of
Cosby?
ritual thing to get him to fuck her, basically. And Danny finds them fucking, and it's a huge scene of betrayal for her.
How could?
Yeah, how could he? And it's it's a very in that sense that makes sense narratively. That has to happen. That's not gratuitous, and it's also not that gross. It's whatever. It's weird.
It's weird because she fed him her pubes.
But why this dog shit?
That's,
what?
I don't like
But
that.
this
It's weird.
bestiality shit.
I just-
Yeah, why
I
this
just think that's
bestiality shit?
weird.
I
Okay,
think it was just for
this
shock
is-
value.
It is just for shock
Shock
value, and I
It's
don't
oh my
appreciate
God,
that
it's
shit.
So edgy.
Yeah, or
wow.
in The Exorcist, there's a scene
Poor
where
dog.
the little girl inserts a cross into herself as a masturbation thing.
Okay.
Obviously.
Come on.
As the demon being
Yeah.
possessed, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm just
come on.
you can
Do
chill.
it.
I don't need to see
Demons
that.
really be horny, Brad?
But that's what she was saying earlier, fuck.
Yeah. Why you get possessed by a demon? First thing you go is fuck. Yeah.
I guess we just, as a culture, have demonized
Well,
or
they have, because
voodoo.
you know what it is? Sex used to be, it's all religious.
Taboo,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
taboo. You don't go only have sex with your wife.
Wasn't sex super open by other cultures?
Back in the day, back
Back
Like,
in the
back
day.
in
but
the
then,
day.
when religion came in, it was you
Yo,
only
back in
have
the day used to be fun.
I guess.
They had way more fun in the streets than we do now.
I guess. I
Fuck,
don't
now
know.
we got shame and
I
shit.
guess if you're
Fuck
part of-
Catholicism, bro.
If
Make
you were
it
part of
shame.
royalty, you're part of
Fuck.
royalty, maybe it's fun
Ashamed.
for you.
Having
A
a
shameful
free the
Catholic.
nipple for real.
Free the nipple for real. But yeah,
Free it
nah,
all.
nah, you know,
2025.
It's like
I mean
husband
2024.
and wife, and then it's because it's like if you're having it's adultery or whatever. You're
Yeah,
having sex, so,
adultery.
yeah, it's the devil is
Yeah.
it's religion and stuff. That's why they have that in movies because it's like it's not good. So
Yeah,
Is
to
that-
reinforce
why
that
having sex is
narrative,
so
that
exciting?
preconceived
Yeah,
notion.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
brainwashing
It's
you.
brainwashing you. I don't know, man. But yeah. What a good scary movie I could say it was. I think it's called Horns or something like that, or Antlers.
Horns, isn't that with Daniel Radcliffe?
No.
But like, I don't think that's a scary.
No, that's
Oh,
not.
but I think I heard of Antlers. I don't think I've
Antlers.
watched it.
I think
What's
it's
that
on
one about?
HBO.
Mm.
It's actually one of my favorite topics when it comes to stuff that's creepy.
Mhm.
Because I love like mystical creature type things,
Mhm.
and like
Hmm.
Native Americans have like the what's it called?
Wendigo.
Like really interesting
That's
lore.
What it's,
What is that?
It's like a night. It's like not a.
Oh,
Like face.
interesting.
That you know that thing, that girl that says that motherfucker's not real.
Yes.
And the conspiracy theories are that she saw like a shifting motherfucking thing. You know, what's the name? I be forgetting the name.
Shapeshifter?
No, there's this.
Nightcrawler? Wow.
It's not a Nightcrawler. That's the name of the superhero.
Oh man,
The motherfucker that be in the woods.
Something crawler.
That-
Something crawler.
yeah.
Something crawler.
Yeah,
I just
something
Creepy crawler.
face something.
Daywalker or something like that? Or something?
Skinwalker or
Skinwalker,
something.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Skinwalker. Interesting.
Yeah, like they can.
Shapeshift, change form.
Yeah,
like,
they
fly
can. You
out.
can talk like the
I-
victims and
Yeah,
shit.
so it's about that. I think it takes place in Oregon or something like
Wait, what was that word that you used to describe it though?
Wendigo.
Wendigo.
Yeah, that's what they are.
or something like
That's
that.
what
That's-
exactly I think it is. It's like a Native American spirit.
Okay, I've never
So,
heard of
like,
that before.
Yeah, so like the way it happens is like the story goes, and it's based on like the Native American story.
Mm-hmm.
It's like these guys are like in this old mine trying to like mine it for like gold or something like illegally. It's like a dad or something like that, and he gets there's a creature down there, and he gets stuck by one of the antlers that
Ooh.
goes inside his body,
Ooh.
and then starts turning him into this beast,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then from that he poisons his son, and him and his son are now up in the roof, and then the youngest one is taking care of them, basically like feeding them like meat. Like he will hunt raccoons and stuff, and realizes that they're sick, and he'll go to the school and like act all normal and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Until one of the families starts realizing like something's up with this kid.
Yeah.
Right? So they go check out the house, and then they unlock the door,
And they set him free.
and they set them free, and then he turns into this big creature that has like antlers and stuff. Like, you don't see it, but you could like, you're like, damn, it's just scary. Like,
Ooh.
and I think that's why I like Jeepers Creepers. Jeepers Creepers doesn't really show you too much.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
leaves enough for the
And
imagination.
it's like, yo, like if you will see this in like shadows, and like if you go out to the wood and you see this in just shadows, you're like, that motherfucker right there.
Wait, did you ever hear about that movie that got really viral on TikTok, Skinamarink?
Nah.
You ever hear that one? That one came out this year, and it was like, basically, it was this really, really, really low budget movie. I think it had like a abysmal budget, like a very, very low budget film. And this guy,
Shut on a Samsung.
and basically this guy made this movie because he started out making YouTube shorts, so like little short films, and they were always of like, the idea was that like you never actually saw anything, but you would only, it was filmed like mostly in the dark, and like it would only be, you would only ever see little kids' feet, like their legs, and them like
What kind of
walking.
creepy ass bullshit is this?
Yeah,
But
and
no,
and
that
then
type
like
of
the
stuff,
dark, and like the
But
dark.
That's the stuff I like because it's like you get those goosebumps.
It's it is
And
no.
it leaves you with
It
no
is.
information
And
at
I'm gonna
all.
be honest with you. As a movie, it felt like it was a little slow. You know what I mean? Like, because that's all that happens in the movie. The whole idea of the movie was that like these kids, for whatever reason, they're left alone in the house, and no one comes for them. And like days and days and days go by, and like you see it on the screen. Like it tells you how many days or like how many sleeps, because that's how a kid would describe it. So it's been 7 sleeps, it's been 21 sleeps, it's been 47 sleeps.
Okay.
And like the counting and the windows and doors start like disappearing. So
Okay.
they're no longer on the wall. So the kids have no way of getting out. And like that's just like the whole movie. And it's like you never, and then there's like a random like voice, like a devil voice that's like
Okay.
dark,
Look-
that like talks to the kids, like just like a couple times throughout the movie though. But it's always like, what is that noise and why is this happening? And
That's-
there's points where the
yeah.
little kids get like hurt and you don't see them get hurt.
Usually-
You just hear it.
Oh,
You hear them
Ooh.
fall and you hear them start crying. And like, yeah, all of it, the whole movie is just shots of like the floor, shots of
It's like the walls. I
the
guess.
walls, of like the toys, and like the whole room is only ever lit by like a TV because they can't reach the lights.
That's so fucking creepy.
So
Well,
it's so
that's deep.
scary.
But it's deep,
It's
though. It's
deep.
deep.
That's
That's
a
like-
deep thing. That's
that's
a
like-
deep seated. Like that's something that you remember from childhood. If
Yes,
that was,
it's
if
like-
you were in
look,
that
I'm getting
situation,
goosebumps.
if you were in that situation, you'd be horrified,
Because you
right?
think about it, you're like.
You're
in
so
the perspective-
vulnerable.
You're in the
Vulnerable.
perspective of a
Child,
It's a
yeah.
This is what a child sees.
Yeah.
So that's why everything is shot low from the
Yeah,
ground.
because I can't turn the lights. I can't do this.
That's right.
I only, and it's like she said, there's no parents coming to see us, right?
Yeah.
So we only have what we could do to survive. And if there's no light, I can't turn on the light. I don't know how
Yeah.
to work the TV. I don't know how to make food. I don't know how to do this. So it's like really works into like, damn, like this is like putting you in a bad spot.
Yeah,
really
it really
cool
puts you in that place. It was so, I'm telling you,
that's stuff,
and the movie
yeah.
is like a little boy and a little girl, and they're just like talking to each other, and that's
Kinda
the
like-
whole
it's-
movie.
It's kind of like a game.
It's so atmospheric. You know
what
what
that
I mean?
reminds me of? That reminds me of The Belt. It's not a scary thing, The Belt. It's just so you probably don't know about this, but there's a song I think by Dead Mouse, like The Belt. So, but it's actually based on a short story. I forgot by who. I don't know on my phone, but look at it afterwards. So it's like in the future. There's this brother and sister, and in the future there's this video game thing that's like virtual reality, but it's like a whole room. So
Okay.
imagine like a
Okay.
whole room being virtual reality. So like in
Okay.
the future, kids go there and they're like, oh, I want to go to the beach. I want to go to the park. I want to go to the jungle. You know, like, and then like it'll make it for them. And then they
Right.
could play and interact and whatever. So then it came to a point where like her parents are like, oh, you know, you guys gotta eat, blah blah blah. You have to like, you know.
Disconnect.
Yeah, you know, like, and the kids are like, oh, you know, like, no, we want to keep playing, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, no, you gotta go eat, you gotta do your homework, you gotta, you know.
Yeah.
So then they get mad at this, right?
Okay.
So their idea was to put their parents in the belt.
In the game?
In the virtual reality, right?
Inside the game.
Yeah, like the room.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they trapped them in there, right? In the jungle theme. But something was wrong, and the virtual reality becomes reality. So the parents get eaten up by a lion.
Oh wow.
For real? You
Yeah.
know, what the fuck?
Yeah. And like the kids are just free to roam now. So it's like
And
In
the kids
the
are not
jungle?
traumatized?
yeah. Like it's like it's like the Lord of the Flies type situation.
Yeah.
Like, so it's
Oh,
like,
interesting.
Yeah, I didn't know about that because like the song was like mad joyful.
So is that a movie? What is that?
It's a short story.
Oh, it's a short
It's a
story.
short story,
Oh,
yeah.
that's cool.
So I think that Mouse made it into like a song. It's like happy technology. Dun, 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 dun,
Oh,
dun.
interesting. I wanna
It's
listen to that
like,
song.
Listen to the song and then read the story, and you're like, this is kind of like the complete opposite of what I expected.
That's
Because I looked
weird.
it up.
Oh, that's so
And I was like, I
cool.
want to know what this is. Because I'm like, what is the belt? Like,
Yeah.
and I looked it up and I'm like, okay, this is not what I expected. So
That's so interesting.
there's actually also a game kind of like diverged from it called Limbo. And the way it works is like you're a kid, but you
Oh, I've seen that game. I think I
but
beat it.
You're just a silhouette.
Yeah.
And you're just jumping. That's how you can do
Yeah.
the jump.
And there's like little big ass spider.
Spiders,
and
yep. And
It's
then,
a little creepy, but
and
it's
you're
nice.
trying to just find your sister.
Oh,
That's it.
Yeah.
That's what it's based on.
wow.
Yeah. Something like that. Yeah.
that's so interesting.
Yeah. Oh, it's about to die. So.
Yeah?
Ah,
Oh, this was a short
This was
little,
a good.
This was a short
This was a
little
good
break.
little go ways. You know, this was fun.
This is nice.
I like talking about it. Anyway, Skinamarink could be something cool to check out at some point.
Yeah. Or the belt or whatever
Whatever.
Miguel wants to watch.
Midsommar, you know,
Wow.
anything. This is us convincing you to watch something
Just
cool.
watch something.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fucking horror movie guy, bro. If you guys want to watch about like actual action movies or like movies that want to make you think, like Scorsese movies or like let's think like
Oh, I love a good Scorsese movie. Don't
Quentin
get me wrong.
Tarantino movie.
We can talk about.
We
Bro,
can
there's
talk about
movies
those.
like
Next movies.
Inception.
Oh.
Have you
Yeah.
seen Inception? Have you guys seen Once
Interstellar.
Interstellar?
I fucking
Once
love
Upon a Time
Interstellar.
in Hollywood.
Let's talk about those
Fucking
movies.
Tenant.
Okay, we can
Yes.
talk about those
Oh, I'm down
Those
to talk
movies
about
are
those.
like
I love those
actual,
too.
you know.
heavy blockbusters.
No, you're not taking horror seriously. Horror is just smart. I promise you. You just have
I
to.
just
You
don't-
just have
I
to
don't
know what to
know.
look at.
I don't know. I'm not with it.
I
I'm
promise
not,
you.
I don't see the purpose of getting hard, like feeling scared. Going into a roller coaster or something, you know.
I think
Oh my
it's
god,
only-
I can't do roller coasters.
See?
I
What
can't
the
do roller
fuck?
coasters. I'm so
Why
scared of
can't-
roller coasters.
I can't.
But that
I
isn't
can
that
barely
the
go down
purpose
the
of why you
slide.
watch a movie?
No,
Like,
because it's not
because
scary to me. I
you're-
just told you, like I don't find them scary.
That's fair enough.
Well, you know what
It's
it is?
scary to me, and I don't like
I
it.
don't find it
roller
scary.
coaster and
Huh.
like a scary movie. I could just turn out the movie.
Yeah.
No, not if like, not if you're like in a
Yeah.
movie theater.
Oh
Not
my
if you're in
god,
a movie
my boyfriend
theater.
told me that what I was really afraid of was losing control. Like I wasn't actually scared, like I was just scared of losing control. And that's like kind of exactly what you're communicating there. It's like
right.
You
I
gotta
can't
let
get
go.
off of this ride.
Bro.
My thing.
But
I can't
how,
let
can,
go.
how can you
My-
do with psychedelics? That's like the main thing.
I don't
you gotta
take
let
them.
go.
My thing is not about control. It's like,
I don't take them.
You never done shrooms.
No.
all right, I guess
You
that's what-
have
next,
to.
next podcast. Next podcast.
Imagine we
This
bring
is
chocolate.
true.
we
I've
bring
never
chocolate
done
bars.
any of
We
it.
should.
Okay,
Next
Pearl,
podcast.
let's talk
This
about
is
it.
mushrooms.
Imagine.
Next, well, that's gonna be the next thing we talk about. I'm down, but
We could. I mean,
yeah.
you could try them and then talk about them on the next podcast.
I
And
could.
talk
Well,
about
I'm
your
not gonna do it
experience.
on the next one, but I'm gonna do it eventually. That's fair. I'll do it eventually for you
And
guys.
so, yeah.
Once we hit 1 million subscribers.
No. Oh my God,
yeah,
nah.
she set the tone.
Yo,
That's it. 1 million subscribers tonight.
I said I'll do shrooms if we reach 2 subscribers.
We already did.
We did. Yes, I'm
He's like,
trying
it's a good day for him.
You guys will see me on shrooms, right?
There you go. Next time, Miguel's on Truman.
There
Yeah.
we go.
Battles his demons on camera.
I'll be
I'll
crying.
take the number down. I'll do it at
Not
like
a big-
1,000. I'll do it at 1,000.
You can do like a little microdose and see what happens.
I'm sure.
For me, microdosing it always makes it feel like I feel like some butterflies, and I feel like my hands are not my hands. You feel me? Like they get cold, and like I can touch things, but I feel like they're not mine.
Oh, yeah.
Like they're not like it's
Wow,
somebody
that's
else's.
so crazy. That's such, in a way, that is so profound.
Like they're
He
not.
goes, I touch things, but they aren't
No,
mine.
that is-
No, no, not the things that I touch.
That is the deepest takeaway
That's not
from
what I'm
taking
saying. No.
acid. No, it is. In a way, it is.
does.
But
No,
that-
no,
I'm
it
saying that
is.
in a legit
Here's the
way.
thing
In a
about
way, it
yeah.
is. It's like
It's like-
man
it's-
owns nothing. The world is the world, and you
Yeah.
are the world.
That's not what I was trying to say though.
Damn.
But it's profound. Like, think about it. Like, you're like,
But it was
no
more
matter what
profound
you
the way I
grab-
said it.
All right, we can end it like that if you guys want to.
We'll see you guys next week where we'll talk about more things.
I'll
Maybe other
explain
movies
myself
that Miguel
later.
likes. And Miguel will explain himself.
Yes,
And maybe if we got enough subscribers, I'll do shrooms.
I'll do them regardless, but just put them in front of me. It's a whole experience, but you'll see. It'll be fun.
All right.
Bye.